So for this video, I want to take a quick look at the Washington Bullets in the mid-90s and the ridiculous amount of talent they had at the power forward position in a relatively short span. So without further ado, let me begin with the 1992 NBA draft. The Washington Bullets, they drafted power forward Tom Gugliotta, 6th overall. The 6'10" Gugliotta would become a really solid NBA player, very talented offensively, and was once named an NBA All-Star. Then in that same draft, power forward Don MacLean was drafted 19th overall, originally by Detroit, but would ultimately end up in DC before the 92-93 season started. The 6'10" MacLean could really shoot, and during his second season with the Bullets, MacLean, he averaged 18.2 points per game and was named NBA's most improved player. MacLean's second NBA season was the best in his career. Now fast forward to the 94-95 NBA season, and some well-known talented power forwards were coming to the Bullets. So you have Gugliotta, MacLean, and then for the 1994 NBA draft, Washington drafted power forward Juwan Howard, 5th overall. Howard would earn an All-Star nod and a third-team All-NBA honor in just his second NBA season. And furthermore, the Bullets, they thought so highly of Howard, they made him the NBA's first $100 million player ever in 1996. So then there's philosophies about drafting players just to fill positions, and then there's a philosophy to get the best player available, search for an impact player. And speaking about impact, after Tom Gugliotta played 6 games for Washington for the 94-95 season, the Bullets, they traded Googs and 3 first-round picks to Golden State for power forward Chris Webber, who wasn't happy in Golden State. Webber is the most talented player I'll mention, as he'd later become a Hall of Famer. So the Bullets had 2 Fab 5 members in Chris Webber and Juwan Howard, and also Don MacLean for the 94-95 season. Now MacLean, he would not be back for the following season. But then for the 1995 NBA draft, the Washington Bullets drafted power forward Rasheed Wallace, as that is quite the trio of power forwards in Chris Webber, Juwan Howard, and Rasheed Wallace. Wallace, I felt, was the best post scorer out of the names I'll mention. I know his numbers don't show it, but he would play on some deep teams with a lot of talent, and teammates have labeled Sheed as being unselfish. Now for that 95-96 season, Webber, he only played 15 games, so we didn't really get to see this extremely fascinating power forward trio go to work. Then prior to the 96-97 season, Rasheed Wallace, he'd be traded to Portland in a package where point guard Rod Strickland would come to the Bullets. But with that said, there's still Chris Webber and Juwan Howard, but then there's one more power forward that needs to be mentioned, and that is Ben Wallace, who went undrafted, then signed with the Washington Bullets. Wallace would play power forward early on in his career, then later turn into a Hall of Fame center. He was a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year while with Detroit. So there you have it, quite an incredible list of power forwards on one team, especially when you narrow it down from 1994 to 1996. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for your interest in this video. I greatly appreciate it, and I appreciate all the support. If you're interested, there's a link below to support this channel with Patreon. Thank you so much.